Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Cheryl Charming.
Yes.
MissCharming.com, correct?
Yes.
Yes, check out MissCharming.com. And I say that because I do a lot of presentations to bars and bar owners and bartenders and such. And anytime I need to research something or look up anything to do with anything in the world of bartending, MissCharming.com has a link to absolutely everything you could possibly need. So it's always where I start.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. There's a big long list of such. All right, my name's Dean Serneels. Thank you very much for joining us, and thanks for having me here down in New Orleans. Very honored to be here. It's fabulous. I started a company called Flair Co. About 10 years ago. It's 10 years ago now. And that came out of, or grew out of me going into bartending competitions, the bottle flipping, shaker spinning, glass and tossing competitions that have become, well, they're big money competitions now. There's $10,000 for first place for many of the big competitions that you'll see around the world. The IBA's running them, the FBA and the WFA are all running these big bartending competitions, Flair bartending competitions. My company started because I felt a need for a practice bottle. It's just a shatterproof bottle that weighs the same as an empty liquor bottle. And we could practice with them. As Cheryl was saying earlier, we used to duct tape bottles. We used to wrap duct tape around the bottles. Philip Ramundo taught us how to do that.
Because I broke a lot.
Yeah, we broke
I
up.
got good at taping.
Yeah. Oh, and I smashed another bottle. The idea of the duct tape was when the bottle smashed, it didn't smash everywhere. So we could just kind of pick it up and throw it out, go duct tape another bottle. So we invented these, and we now have distributors around the world, and this bottle has been knocked off many, many times. Around the world, there's a 1 liter bottle, we've got glow-in-the-dark bottles that light up, and that company actually led to me producing a set of 4 training DVDs. You can get those at flairco.com. I might as well plug it out. The first DVD has mixology ideas on it, how to make drink-making techniques on it, and then the second half of it is simple bar flair that you can do. Just items with 1 bottle at a time, just get it behind your back. Just simple things that we are going to do some of today. And then they get more difficult as you go, up to 3 bottles and how to juggle bottles and all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to take you through some of the history of Flair bartending and bring you up to date to where we are today. All right, that's my next thing. All right. This is a quote out of William Grimes, Straight Up or on the Rocks. It is available in the bookstore today. I was just down there today, racking up my credit card on some more books. All right. Here was something strange and wonderful. A man whose sole occupation was to mix outlandish drinks. He was the bartender, equal parts chef, juggler, and magician. This is straight out of the book. The unsung hero of the cocktail's golden age. And today, well, I'm going to talk to you about how I see that every great bartender is the combination of chef, juggler, and magician. Every fantastic bartender in this room and in town here is a combination of those in one way or another. We have a fabulous magician here. I do know how to juggle, and a fabulous bar chef as well with Cheryl. So we have all of those present. Straight Up on the Rocks. It's a great quote. It's a great book. So now we can click it. All right, here's some of the history of Flair bartending. I'm going to jump in through really fast so we can actually get some hands-on and get you guys throwing some of these Flair bottles around. Jerry Thomas, the unsung hero of the mixologists. You have the Jerry Thomas up there. He's the guy that started it all. You know all about Jerry Thomas. Well, if you actually take a look at Jerry Thomas, he also does the Blue Blazer, which is entertainment for behind the bar. It's a little risky, and it's actually Flair bartending in my book. All right, Flair bartending, and as far as I'm concerned, is anything that can attract an eye and draw people to your bar, draw attention to your bar. It doesn't have to be throwing bottles around and juggling and showboating or anything like that. It's something that you use to show that you are in great control of your tools. Spinning a spoon or rolling a shaker tin. We're going to do some of that as well. In the 70s, when the bars started getting packed in, and we had men and women all going out and partying and whatnot, the bartenders had to speed up And Flair actually started to grow out of the bartenders speeding up and needing to be in more control of their tools. And they were just passing the shaker tins behind their backs and doing different things that would speed up their presentations. And then, of course, in the 80s, Magic Mike from Show Tenders, with TGI Fridays, he was actually training all the bartenders with TGI Fridays when the movie guys come along and said, hey, we want to make a movie about bottle flipping bartenders. And they set up a bartending competition. Whoever won that bartending competition was to become the person that taught Tom Cruise how to flip bottles and cocktail. And that person was actually Magic Mike's protege, John Bandy, who ended up teaching Tom Cruise how to flip bottles around and all that. I'm sure you've seen the movie, and some of you, I'm sure, can quote many parts of that movie. All right, I embarrassingly can. I call the 1990s the cocktail fallout. That's when all the bartenders decided that they wanted to be like Tom Cruise, but decided that practice was not something that they would do. And we spent 10 years dropping bottles on the ground, smashing stuff, spilling things everywhere, and essentially just running the whole concept of entertaining behind the bar into the ground because we were costing bars and bar owners tons and tons of money. All right? Patrick Henry Creative Promotions comes out with Quest for the Best Bartender in America competition in '92, which led up to '97 when I first went down to the competition. I was a Canadian guy going down here. I'm going to show these guys how to flare bottles around. Yeah, I got kicked in the butt. I was 56 that year. Sorry, out of 55. Yeah, there was 58 people in it. Yeah. Anyway. So that was the first set of Flair bartending competitions that grew out of the 90s. And luckily, the Flair Bartenders Association came along with Tobin Ellis, who's actually speaking tomorrow on the F word.
It was held at Walt Disney World, by the way.
Yes, it was held at Walt Disney World. Toby had the idea of bringing together and starting to network all these bartenders together, these Flair bartenders together. I was lucky to be part of that as well, founding the FBA, and now we've got bartending competitions all around the world with huge money. But today's bartenders, you'll watch them behind the bars, little spins, little flips. The great bartenders of today, just like Jerry Thomas, need to be masters of all the disciplines of bartending, so we can make fabulous drinks and do a little flair. One of the challenges that we have with flair bartending is the fact that learning how to do a couple of tricks behind the bar makes me look like I really know what I'm doing about bartending, but it doesn't mean that I know how to make a drink. All right? The guest sits down at the bar, sees me doing all this fancy stuff, and goes, wow, that guy must be a great bartender. Make me whatever you want. Okay. I throw some cranberry and melon together, maybe some Malibu rum, and shake it all up, and everybody makes that same Malibu rum cocktail. Anyway, we're going to click on. All right, there's the great Jerry Thomas. So Flair bartending, I compare it to drummers and gunslingers. You know, drummers are going through their drum roll, and they're spinning their sticks around. Pardon me, doing some spinning, and they're doing just different things to entertain the audience and draws the attention in. And gunslingers, you've seen the gunslingers spin the guns around. All right, but imagine a gunslinger pulls out his guns, spins them around, does all kinds of great things, and then can't hit a target. All right? Similar to some of today's Flair bartenders that can throw bottles around, but if you can't make a good drink, then there's really no sense in doing it. If a drummer gets off beat and is spinning his sticks around but can't hold the beat and can't keep the band in line, then there's no sense in doing it whatsoever. Okay? So we have to learn how to make great drinks first and then grow into Flair. Starting with Flair and then going the other way is a little bit backwards, but it's coming around. All right? Yeah, perfect. So let's get some of you up. Whoever has the bottle most in front of them, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me. If you could pick up your bottle and come to the front, please. You cheater! You get off your butt and get up here, miss.
Cheater.
All right, grab a bottle, come on up, or just stand at the end of your rows, whichever you wish. Cesar Romero.
Dun dun dun.